I am here to invite you, the lions, to come put money in your pocket.
That's not for me. It's too much hard work for a very thin margin.
Tell me about you.
I am of the opinion that why go local when you can go global?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Every single episode of this Lions Den keeps on giving me the chills. Like, it keeps on making me feel like, hey, I better not miss another episode. Guys, literally, this particular episode of the Lions Den made me really emotional. There were a lot of interesting moments in this particular episode, and I'm going to be talking about everything that went down. You guys, we had two food business owners. You know, we had two business. There was something unique about this particular episode, and it's the kind of businesses that came and the kind of pitches that came and the emotions that came through while seeing these entrepreneurs pitch for an investment. So two food giants and two business opportunity businesses, kind of entrepreneurs, came into the den. Guys, let's talk about everything that went down. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Julie and you're welcome to another episode of the Lions Den. We're going to be talking about everything that went down in the Lions Den. I will not lie, every single time I watch this show, I get inspired. I just don't get inspired. I learn from the emotions that go through. I learn from the conversations on what and how we should present our businesses to actually make it more, you know, attractive. And literally, this particular episode, I just shared one simple thing when it comes to businesses. It's not about how to speak English, it's not about how to package, but seriously, when you have a sincere business that people can look at and say, you know what, I connect with your vision, I connect with your purpose, they would invest. You guys probably don't know why I'm saying all this, but I'm going to be talking about every single thing that went down in the show. But before we go into that, you guys know how we do it here. We talk about reality shows here. We talk about real-time stories here. We talk about things that help us grow and become better people. These are the kind of things that you like to talk about, you like to have conversations about, subscribe to my channel and be a part of this community. Guys, I love conversations a lot. Throw in your comments. Don't forget to hit on the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell. Don't forget to like this video if any of the things that I share here makes any kind of sense to you. So guys, with that said, I'm going to be talking about what went down, the deals that went down, and some very interesting conversations that went down in the den. And so as usual, we always have 4 entrepreneurs who come into the den to pitch their businesses to these 5 amazing lions. This episode was not different from all the episodes we've been seeing. We saw 2 food business owners come into the den, and then we saw 2 guys with great business opportunities come into the den. The question is, who got the deal? Who didn't? Why didn't they get the deal? As usual, I'm going to be doing this review in 2 different episodes. So there's going to be part 1 of this video and there's going to be part 2. So don't just watch this part 1 and not get the end of the gist. Why I'm doing this is just to make sure that I do not make these videos very lengthy, because there's so much to talk about, and I just feel like when I talk too much in a particular video, I do not cover a lot of the essential information that I should be giving out. Guys, with that said, let's talk about the first person that got into the den. So this guy came in. He was really like he looked like a business owner that knew what he was doing. He talked in a very intelligent manner. So the first person that came into the den was Matthias. I don't know how to pronounce it, but Matthias. He was asking for 70 million naira. He has a food business. And this guy just reminds me of the brown rice guy. So he's also in the rice business, packaging, selling, distribution, and the rest of it. Basically, there were a lot of things he said in his business. His business was his pitch was very, very precise. And the first person, you guys, after this entrepreneurs pitch their business, the next thing that happens is the question and answer. So the very first person that asked the question was Mrs. Adenike. Let's not just say, I don't talk about the questions like the way they came, but I talk about the most interesting and inspiring questions that makes these entrepreneurs react. So basically, that's how I'm going to be taking it. So Mrs. Adenike said, asked, when he was through with breaking down his rice business, he talked about his numbers, and then he made a mention that in the COVID era, there was something that happened why he didn't make money. And a lot of people like me did not understand why a food business did not make money in COVID-19 era, where some businesses were thriving. And then he said, that he was not in, he was in Lagos or so, and maybe somebody sent a wrong packaging to him, and that's why he wants to do something in his business. He wants to refine it and be a competitor to his supplier. Like, literally, guys, hear for yourselves. So for some reason, my visuals are very bad. I'm just going to be playing audios so that you understand the conversation deeply.
COVID-19 held me. I was in Lagos. I could not move. Contracts came, but I could not meet up.
So your business has no structure.
So what happened was, well, before we supply you, we send you a 50 kg or a 1 kg as a sample. So because I was not in Kano, and then my Kano producers sent me a wrong sample, which got me to be more motivated and more angrier to think of starting my own processing line from beginning to end so that we can start farming by ourselves.
So you want to compete with your suppliers?
Huh?
I thought you were just dealing in distribution.
No.
You want to farm as well?
He wants to farm now.
No, they want to know. My suppliers want to know I have a farm somewhere.
Oh, come on.
I just need more.
Come on.
So guys, I would say that statement from this guy, he shot himself on the leg, because basically Adenike started with, so your business has no structure, you know, from asking that question to saying, you know, the truth is that in this business, when you're pitching a business, especially when you're coming to the Lions Den to pitch a business, I will say something: stick to one business, stick to one model, just do one thing and let them know you for one thing. Because by the time you pitch different things, because the brown rice guy, Bertrand Brown Rice, I cannot forget that guy's speech. The same mistake is what we saw in Matthias's business, because he's also talking about he wants to process his rice by himself. He wants to do that. Like, everybody wants to start big. Maybe the Lions are not understanding why these guys are saying this, but I feel if these guys keep on talking about this, maybe this is a basic problem or need that they have. Maybe let's just keep listening to the conversation. Anyway, after this guy was done with explaining it, you guys know now, Paul and Dan, they are those people that will tell you to specialize and fix yourself in one spot. So I kind of think that Mrs. Adenike just got ticked off when he said he was competing with his supplier and just didn't even bother responding for that. After Mrs. Adenike was done, because Mrs. Adenike was like, so your business does not have a structure, the next question Kiara asked was, what do you break down what you want to use the money for? And then he broke down what he wanted to use the money for. He said 50 million was supposed to be used for processing a machine, 20 million for some laser thing. He sure broke it down and what the 70 million was going to be used for. At the end of the day, Bolaji chipped in something very funny. I don't understand why he said that anyway. But they probably did not understand why he was asking for so much money. I think this is basically one of the things that these Lions have a big problem with. When you come in with so much, you're asking for too much money, they don't see the reason why you need too much money in your business. They'll always give you the shoulders and they'll be like, we're snapping out of it, we probably might not be investing. Anyways, unfortunately, this dude left the den without any investment. Like, without any investment. Dan said, you're a bit all over the place, you want to do everything, and you guys know this one will put Dan off, this one will put Paul off. At the end of the day, he had a great business, he had a great passion, it looked like he was in business, but probably because of the way he was responding to his questions, all of the Lions chickened out of his business. And guys, that was it. But there was something interesting this guy said after his interview. He said, after his pitching session, he said that his business was going to thrive in the middle of the year, or maybe before the end of the year. I hope that business is already thriving. I don't know, but I'm trying to see how the Lions Den team can actually share the handles of these business owners so we can follow them up and actually know their transformational process. Like, I'm really looking forward, and maybe I would investigate some of this entrepreneurs, find out what they're doing. If there's any interesting thing to report to you guys about, you guys know I'm going to come here and snitch on them. Sorry to say that, but you guys know I want to talk everything entrepreneur. Anyway, this guy said that his business is going to be running, and that by the time he's set up, he's going to come back and give the Lions a bag of rice and tell them, yes, I'm back in business. I love his positive energy anyway, but that didn't stop the Lions from saying no to him. So he got a no. The second entrepreneur we got, no 70 million for the first guy. So the second person we had also had a food business, and she called herself Superfood. She was asking for money too. She was asking for 10 million naira. She had a cassava flour thing and a plantain flour thing. Her business was really I think I liked it. If there's anything I liked about that second pitch, was the packaging. The packaging was almost perfect, if not perfect. And basically, there were a lot of things that were said that I think that people should actually understand and listen carefully to and actually follow through, because most of the people who come in with the food business kind of tend to have the same problem. They have not registered their business properly. There's no NAFDAC certification. It looks like they're walking behind I don't know, maybe it's because in Nigeria we don't have a system, we don't have a strong regulatory body that makes sure that before you are doing certain things that you're properly following the proper thing to do. Anyway, there were questions thrown at her after she pitched. She was asking for 10 million. I think, and she said her food had low carbohydrates. The plantain didn't have carbohydrate at all. It was more fiber. I think Kiara asked that question. And then the cassava thing was, was also a good thing. And basically, I think one of the things that I see in her business was she had a very good business. But I think the one thing that puts the lions off was because of the no registration, no NAFDAC deal. And guys, this is food. Hygiene is important. Following the procedure is important. Somebody like Mr. Dan will tell you that this is not a global standard. Yes, she said something about she didn't want her business to be local, and that's why she decided to make it a global business. And if I look at that packaging looks like a business that is ready to go global. But just because she wasn't able to do the right thing, unfortunately, she had a no from Mr. Dan. Dan backed away, and Dan said the reason why he was backing away was because he was not scientifically backed up. There has not been investigation on her food process if it is hygiene for, the reasons now, and that was basically why he left. The next person that asked and that backed out was Kiara. Kiara said her business was too small to invest in, and that he was sorry, he doesn't like investing in small businesses. I don't know, but for some reason I think Kiara does not like investing in food business. I just think so. I'm not saying that for a fact. And Adenike said, what do you use kokoro for? I mean, one of the questions Adenike asked us, what do you use kokoro for? And she explained, kokoro is a popular food we know in Nigeria. The cassava lumps thing, people just chew it. I don't know how to eat that thing, but it's a food. They asked her where she gets her food from. She said from Ondo, from Oyo. And, and at the end of the day, it really looks like the lions were not really interested in investing in her food business, but something very interesting happened to this business. Bolaji decided to make her an offer, and Bolaji offered to introduce her to a financial institution that's going to give her all the money she wants, that's 10 million, that's going to help her get the funding she wants so that she can keep all her equity, maybe just pay back their loan. And basically what they were trying to tell her was set this business up to a standard we want to come in and invest in, because right now it is going to be deadly for us. It is going to be dangerous for us to come and invest in a business that is not legally registered, that is not following the procedures of the Nigerian government and the regulatory bodies. So basically I think that's why some of those lions do not invest in food businesses. So far, just one food business has been invested in, the Redditos guy, if you can remember. The others that have been coming have just been getting probably through charity, like the honey bee woman. She got hers through charity. It was 500K. That was why she got it. So basically, most of these people keep complaining about the same thing: NAFDAC registration number and the process and the procedures. And I think that is why the lions did not invest in her business. Bolaji offered to introduce her to a financial institution that's going to give her all the money, and maybe when she's back, she's more established, she has a structure, she has a system, she probably might want to come back to the den to pitch. So guys, the first two entrepreneurs who got into the den with their food businesses, beautiful ideas, strong, energetic, did not get any type of funding whatsoever in the den. It was quite annoying to see. But anyways, these guys always have a good reason why they take some of these decisions. All right, guys, so that was everything that went down with the first two entrepreneurs that came into the den. Guys, unfortunately, the two first entrepreneurs didn't get any form of funding whatsoever, but at least one person got a hope, one person got a connect to get the funding that she actually wants, because they saw the business as something that would probably be investable in the future when it has a little structure. So basically, guys, that is everything that went down. I'm going to be talking about the last two entrepreneurs that got into the den. Guys, you probably want to check out that video right now. So I'm going to see you all in the next one. Just check on the next one. Let's keep on the conversation on the Lions Den.